Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're live, going at it. Hopefully we can make some money today. Hopefully we can make some money today. Let's see what the market's got for us. Got a big gap close. Maybe a big gap that we left. Hourly candles, very undecided. So we don't want to take anything preemptively. We want to make sure the market's telling us what it wants. Don't want to take anything preemptively. Got 8 minutes till market open. Pretty flat market at the moment. We haven't really gone anywhere. Oh, why is my chat disabled? It's always something. It's always something. It's always something. Live chat. Chat is disabled for this live stream. Okay. Not sure why. Apparently my chat's down for this. Is it? Let me see this. What y'all think today? Think Frankie, I guess. Alright, so I guess it is. Just not working there, which is interesting. Which is interessante. Getting a little dippy dip now. It's getting a little dippy dip into the EMA here. Yeah, 5 minutes till market opens. We're at the 18,500s. We're kind of right in the middle of where we're expecting some moves. So right now I'm just going to be patient. Let the market make a decision. Try to join some volume in the direction. And it's going to pretty much be what we're looking at. Right now we're in this overall pretty sideways range since, what is this, the 25th? So, or no, the 9th, I mean. So yeah. We've been sideways for a little while. So everything in here is fairly low probability for breakouts, but we can definitely follow some momentum. And that's what we gonna do. London high, overnight low. These are going to be the obvious pots. Likely overnight low, I think, is really going to look pretty attractive depending on how we open here. If we continue to base below this EMA, this VWAP, and we get another retest of it and go for the break, then that will be one thing. Let's see if there's any news. I don't believe. Okay. Tomorrow I obviously have the market close. Will not be open. So yeah, don't really have any news. Nothing to be super terrified of. Delete this trend line I had drawn. Let's just see how market opens here. We're kind of reaching. I think below this low, pre-market low, 450s, we'll be looking for bullish, bearish. Two minutes now till market opens. Minute 10 seconds. Kind of looking bearish at the moment, but we're gonna see. Looking and feeling a little bit bearish. $30 seconds. Getting excited. Market open now. Let's see. What do we got? Very stagnant opening print so far. Opened at the 497s. We opened at 497, so that's opening print. There's these 450s now. Below this is definitely going to be bearish. About 50 points off of the open. I'm going to see this get a pullback here, and we're going to take a short. Plenty of time. Don't have to rush. We're going to look for another VWAP touch probably for an actual position. Going to want to see buyers kind of pull this up for a moment, find it attractive. VWAP's at the 520s. Opening print was 597. We're down here at the 540s. Got down to the 438s there. Down to the 440s. I want to see a pullback to this EMA or maybe this previous low. The 420s, 430s. I want this to be a little attractive to buyers. I want them to get a little bit of buying, and then we're going to take it down. Here at the 420s now. Opening print was the 497s where the EMA is. Breaking into the 14s. Buyers look like they might be holding the 20s. Want to see this come back up maybe to these 50s, maybe even a little higher, a little pullback, and we'll join in the shorts. I think our actual target will be gonna be patient. Depending on how price delivers here, we kind of want to get a pullback to these 80s and take a short, especially if the EMA continues to curve there, curl down for us. Otherwise, this is just going one direction now. You cannot join it until we get a pullback. Here at these 410s. Pretty bearish close. Into these 400s now. Into the 400s, NASDAQ just going one direction, 100 points down from open, hasn't moved, hasn't turned around the other way, just going one direction. Want to be patient, give ourselves an opportunity to get in. Buyers look like they're enjoying the 400 price for the moment, giving a little bit of a bounce. Does the 400 line up with anything else really statistically? Not really, so... I mean, price has been defended here a couple times, but nothing substantial. I think we're going to still be looking about for these 470s to pull. I'm gonna put an order in. But she's gonna have to come all the way up for us. Here at the 400s again. I want to see buyers try this one more time. Bring this back. I want to see some buying here. I want this low to be protected because I want that to be our target, or at least a safer target if we can get a pullback to give us a stronger entry here. Let NASDAQ do what she do. Trying into the 400 still. Buyers are somewhat supporting. It just feels weak here. Feels like buyers aren't really into it. Below the 400s. Strong bounce there. Want this to continue. Want this to continue up now. EMA is currently at the 478s. Our entries at the 471s. Want to see this low hold. Don't want to see this bottom break yet. Want to get an entry before we do, please. NASDAQ. Give us a chance to participate. 410 still holding. Into the 400s now. Can it hold again? Below this feels pretty bearish. Into the 300, 390s. And there's the 380s trading. Did not give us the pullback that we were hoping for there. Straight down now since market's open 10 minutes. I haven't gone anywhere but down. $100 from the open. I don't love our order there anymore, so we're going to cancel that. Look for a better spot. Still bearish. Just want to get an opportunity to join. Thinking around these 450s area, around where EMA is currently. I wanted to be on that second break there, but we didn't get a strong enough pullback. Here's a nice little pump. 430s now. We're going to be in at 471 if we get an entry. We're at the 440s. Want to see some continuation on this pullback. Strong buying. Want this to continue a little bit more now. We're being a little overzealous with our entry. Hopefully we can get a pull. Nasdaq trying the 450s here, which is going to be this initial pre-market low where we could find some continuation with the selling, but I hope we get a little bit more pull there. I don't mind it. Just trying to let NASDAQ do what she gonna do. EMA is slightly below where our entry is, so it might make for a little bit hard of an entry. Might make it a little difficult to get filled, but we're gonna see. Here's the EMA touch again. It's still pretty sharply curling down here. Got to be cautious of that. Now trying the EMA once more. Get a little pop through it. It's at the 450s, 460s. We're 10 points higher than that. Buyers seeming to get a little stuck there. Gonna pull off the EMA. I still don't mind it for an entry as long as we can get there. I'm not going to cancel this order yet. Still is an attractive entry if we get there. Soon, though. Failure to get above this EMA is pretty bad. Looks like that pre-market low was the spot there at the 450s. Bummer. Tried the EMA again and broke down. Nasdaq's at the 410s now. Just missed our entry. Still coming into the 410s. I think we have a lot lower. I think 300 could trade. Gonna be patient. Still, absolutely. We know how NASDAQ works. She can come give us an entry at any moment. She'll pop right up there. Yeah, if she gives out this bottom, though, it's not good. Off by about 10 points there with our entry. Still have a chance to curl back to this EMA. This bottom's going to be bought around these 400s. I'm now going to cancel this order. We don't want to see price retest that immediately, so let's see what we get here. Gonna probably try, now that these 450s, this pre-market low was held and supported and resold into, might be looking for a test around this candle wick. Try to get in. Just missed it slightly today. Nasdaq's trying the 400s again. Into the 90s. Now the 80s. Giving it up. bummer. Just missed that there. Slightly missed. See where the NASDAQ moves. She's at the 380s now. Pretty strong close for the Bulls. I mean, the Bears. I think for lower prices that we could be considering is overnight low. Realistically around these. Where was overnight low? Yeah, right around here, around 350. So we're pretty close to it now. Definitely changes the way this trade wants to play. I think now we could maybe be looking for a sweep around the 350s and then look for a long potentially. Another strong pop into the 20s. I'd be willing to take the chance at this as well. Again, our big direction is going to be this overnight low here on these 350s. So I'm going to put an order in here. I want to see this come fill us quickly. Stop loss on this trade will be about 40 points if we get filled. Pretty decent little move. Maybe we can get filled here. Pretty decent little move. Maybe we get filled here. Oh my God. NASDAQ toying with us. Just touching into the EMA and going again, it looks like. Kind of would have wanted that to fill us. I don't know if I really want to stay around for a re-entry on this, honestly. Don't love that volume now as much as I did previously. So we're going to be cautious here. This isn't that the way that refilled us. I wouldn't have wanted to see that. So we're going to see here. Yeah, we're getting some buying support now. I want to see how this candle closes. If this continues to close strong, we're just going to close it. If we can get back below the EMA there, we'll hold. I want to see this continue here. The way that we barely got missed and then filled, definitely more unattractive for our position. We're going to be taking some drawdown here, I think. I think buyers are going to possibly hold this level. In which case, we're going to, unfortunately, be taking some heat. Don't want to see this candle be strong. Closure above this, we're just going to flatten this. Yeah, it's a pretty strong reaction. It's a really painful trade there. Just lost 1,000 on each account. Volumes, buyers are showing themselves though, so that might be indicative of where we're going. Pretty strong reaction out of here so far. Pretty strong reaction out of there so far. We're going to take one down here. This order block, and if this EMA can curl. I want to see this come fill us, though. I didn't want to see that continue away from us. VWAP's trading now. These 80s. Still like this for a setup. Gonna look for getting a fill at these 34s. That was brutal. Definitely brutal. Nasdaq is pushing higher. Back to these 480s area around the VWAP. Trying the VWAP again here. Just gonna be looking for a spot to participate. If the EMA, if the VWAP barely misses here and we do get a pullback, I'm gonna like it even more for our entry. Definitely was about a VWAP touch there. Just shy. Hoping to get a little bit of a dip. Give us an entry. We missed that short this morning, so then we tried to rejoin the shorts and then got cooked on that volatility. It's pushing through the VWAP now. Not as much of a fan of it if we wick VWAP. Not as much of a fan of this if we wick VWAP. See if buyers want higher prices here. If not, I think we have a chance of getting an entry. I want to see this pull back a little bit more. These 34s is where we're asking for. We're at the 70s now. It's a little bit more of a dip. EMA is going to continue to curl, so this has to come to us fast, or else we're going to have to move our order up a little. Might even be looking for something closer like the 50s. In fact, I am going to move our order a little. Closer to like these 47s. Want to see this come give us a fill now. Come on, Azzy. Really wants us to line up with the EMA. Just want this EMA to curl up, give us an entry, a little tap into it. And then go ahead and move. 41s now is what we're asking for. $35s. Give us a pull now. Might get our entry. I want to see this continue just a little bit lower. That 50s area is where I'm afraid we could find the bounce. I'm going to set our order now at that low, assuming he's going to go take that low out. Just looking for a little tappy tap. I'm not a full fan that we rejected the VWAP, but I'm going to play this 50% range here. 55, 10 more points for a fill now. 9 points for a fill now. Just want to see it dip into us really quickly. Really quickly, just want to see it dip into us. Oh, so close, NASDAQ. Oh my gosh. It's been the story of me the last couple of days. Just a couple wicks. Can we get this fill now? 43s. Teasing us. Wow. Stubborn entry. Stubborn entry. NASDAQ. Come on. Alright, we're in. We're defending this price. Let's see this hold. We don't want to see this imbalance here close. Our wick stop's going to be below this candle. And, yeah, technically above opening range breakout. So, it's 1500. It's fairly valid. The only fear here is that EMA, or the VWAP, was what held us down. So, you're going to want to see a pop out of this. I want to see some continuation. Not loving the reaction so far. Should have been a little quicker than that. Want it to be a little quicker since we're into this range where buyers previously very much supported this. I like the doji there. Want to see buyers try here. Want to see buyers get this back above the 50s. 50s would be big for us. There's the 60 push. Decent. Not too bad. Now into the 70s would be awesome. There it is. A little continuation. It's going to be enough for me to put on a break even. And now we got to just decide if we want this 15 or if we possibly want to be holding more. I actually think we're going to go for more here. I think we're going to go for a breakout. Now we just got to hope that buyers can continue to defend this. We're at these 70s, 60s. We want to see this continue. Don't want to see this wick. I want to see a strong close and then another continuation candle. I want to see this candle continuation. Don't come tap us out. Come on. Continue. Don't come tap us out. Come on. Damn. Break even there. Maybe buyers aren't supporting that price as much as we were hoping. Or sellers are. Which is also indicative. What price was that? Was that the 70s? Yeah. Sellers defended the 70s there. If they break this back below here, I think we're going to be able to join the short then. Back into the 30s now. Trying back to the 70s. Yeah, I feel like we just got wicked there. That's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. Let's see how VWAP reacts. Just got wicked back to break even there on this move. Not exactly sure why price retested that like that, but tragic. And now I feel like this could continue higher. We're going to still wait though. Depending on how this candle closes. I like the VWAP for an opportunity. Opening print was here. where the resistance is at the moment. We're going to put another order here at the 50s in case we have an opportunity. Want to see buyers fill us here and take this thing higher. This 50s is what we're trading off of, this support line. Stop's going to be below this low. Give it a couple points. Pretty much is where we're stopping out here. Want to see this turn around, continue. Want to see the 50 supported by the buyers. VWAP being a obstacle is our only fear here. Only obstacle is the VWAP. Some continuation here would be awesome on this candle. Find some more buying support. Up through the VWAP would be very bullish. Down into this EMA is not very bullish. Want to see this wick. Wick here would be strong. Continuation lower would be a bit fatal. Yep. It's a bad trade too. Well, I think we're going to call it today. 2 big losses. Just not reading it good. Got really unlucky on this initial move this morning. And let's see where this price ends up deciding, because it feels very undecided, and if we are going to continue lower, then this will be the obvious break. Chopped up a little bit though. We've lost 1,400 on the accounts. I think everyone's taking it evenly. Yeah. So pretty painful, but it's not the end of the world. Looks like this is going to hold. Really choppy price action. Bummer. Only other thing I might consider here, even though it's just we're dancing in this range too much, but failure to break above these 50s will be bearish. We're going to try one. At these 50s again. 50s have been getting chopped up though, so going to be cautious of that. Going to try one again here. Continuation through there would be bad for us. Breaking back in would be awesome. I want to see the sellers show themselves here. Don't want to see that wick. And of course we're wicking. I want to see the sellers show themselves. Defend this mid-range. It's going to really depend on this candle closure. Anything bullish is not looking strong for us. Below our price, below this other previous wick would be very strong. This is a battled price. There's a decent move. I want to see that continue now though. Don't want to see that wick. Want to see that continue. Don't come back up for us. Keep lowering. Keep going lower now. Break even's going to be put on now. Looking for lower. Actually going to move this to our initial lower break here. Want to see this carry through now, NASDAQ. Get heavy for me. Decent. Very decent. This low is going to be our next obstacle. We break through that, we should be all set. These 78s, 80s are the next obstacle. Breaking through that, we'll be doing very well. 80s, 90s. You're going to see there's a little reaction here. Don't want it to be powerful, though. Continuation through these lows would be massive. We never even touch lows there, so I like that. Let me just make sure that we're asking for the right price on the hourly. We are. So at 2,000 is what we're looking for. See this low break at the 75s. If that breaks, we should be very safe to hold. Anywhere in this range is going to be hard to hold through. Anywhere in this range is going to be a little harder to hold through. The fact that we missed those lows is, I like that for us. Still makes me believe we're going to go try those lows. Here's the attempt, it looks like. Let's see this not wick. Carry through here through the 75s would be massive. Let's not see this wick now at these lows. I want to see some continuation. Some pull through from the sellers. I want to see buyers get exhausted. Start looking for lower prices. It's a decent little wick that I don't actually love. Interesting. Interesting reaction there from the buyers. And the sellers. They're reacting interesting. Would be just the most pain is if we come get stopped for break even and then it moves. That would just be the most pain here. I want to see sellers take this thing lower now. I want to see them show themselves. Come on. Into these 75s. It hasn't even broken this low yet, so I have every reason to believe that should fire. These wicks are a little scary, but I think that's just going to go take out some liquidity. I want to see this continue down. Lots of wicks. Buyers aren't sure if they want to give this up or not. Buyers aren't sure if they want to give this up or not. I have every reason to believe that if they do now, though, because of this structure, I don't like that EMA is right where our price is, because I feel like they're going to go get an EMA test. I still really like this for our trade, though. In fact, if this holds, I might consider adding below this range. Not sure. I just want to see this break, obviously. I think when it does, it should be fast. And because of this structure here, this hold up above the low, I have reason to believe we could actually maybe move our stops even lower, or our profit even lower, but we're going to be patient. I want to see this close below this. Have this bear flag start showing out. I'm really considering adding here. It's just hard for me to do it at the moment. And since we're already down 1,400 on the day, and, you know, price is being stubborn right now. We could still be broke evened. There's the EMA touch. Come on, don't touch our price again. Because it's where price broke from, yeah. That's what I was afraid of. I'm going to take another one. I like it too much not to. I wish it never took us out of that trade. I want to see this wick hold. I want to see this EMA hold and see this bear flag be pushed down now. A strong close here by the sellers would be amazing. There's a bearish close or reaction. Strong close here for the bulls will be strong. It's a decent engulfing candle. This should have every reason now to keep reaching. We got to move our profit again to where I actually think it should be. See the sellers come in here. Want to see this hold. Don't want to see a lot of wicks. Need this to give up. And when it does, it should be fairly quick. Right? Like we shouldn't be looking for a hang around. Price is trying it again now. I think we actually got a... Can't tell if we got a worse fill than last time. We are at the 400s. This is where the buyers were supporting. They were being pretty stubborn at these 400s. I think if we break through the 4s, we'll be very clear to our profit. Breaking through the 400s would be big. Through this low at the 70s would be even bigger. Nasdaq's trying now. Buyers are still being stubborn at this 400 price. Every time we're breaking into the 400s, buyers are buying it, but they will be exhausted eventually. Or the sellers will. One of the two, right? 402. Break into the 4s again. See buyers getting exhausted at these prices. Very stubborn. Very stubborn by the buyers. I want to see this continue to overnight low. I want to see the sellers take this thing down now. Battling at the 400s. I think if they do finally give up, the buyers that are buying this are gonna get crushed. It feels like sellers are just letting them load. Might try the EMA again. I think I have every reason to put my break even on now that this wick is protected. I don't love it, but it's about where we're at. I want to see this finally give up, though. Nasdaq, come on. Looks like she's going to try the EMA again before really deciding. These 400s have been the support. That if they break, there's no reason those 375s won't break, and then possibly that 350 for the overnight low. Trying the 400s again. Let's see sellers actually carry some momentum. Get these longs underwater here. There's the 90s breaking. Some continuation into the 80s. Awesome. Let's see the 75s break next. Here's the 80s. Couple points from this lower range, this low a day. 9 points from low a day. Breaking into that will be very bullish or bearish. More wicks will be scary. Hard to hold through, but anything above the 400 or below the 400s, we should be in a good spot here. Here's the 80s. Let's see the 70s trade, hopefully. See this wick be broken. It's not going to be quick. We're still supporting this low, it looks like. Here's the 90s. We're still below the 400s. That was a lot of support previously, so if it can keep acting as resistance, that's very good for our confluence. Back to the 90s now. Can we get this to the 70s? This is where we got to see a lower daybreak. Got to see a lower daybreak here. Not a fan of all these wicks. Still battling at this 400 price. Into the 80s now. Can the NASDAQ try the 70s? Get a lower day push here. Would be awesome for us. Teasing with it. Teasing with this price. Which makes me think that if it does go, it should go fairly quickly. All these buyers are trying to support this price. If they can get underwater, then they're going to have to close and consider. Here's a break into the 80s and the 70s. Can we actually get some closure? Not a wick, please. Into the 79s. A couple points from lower day there. Buyers are trying. They are trying to defend this and hold this. 79s. 5 points from lower day. 3 points from lower day. I'd be shocked to see this just V recover at this point. Here's a nice move into the 70s. Can this continue? I want to see this continue, not wick. The 74s. Buyers, sellers finally push lower day. So now it changes the way I feel about this trade. If we continue to base back above the 400s, that's where I'm going to probably look to get out of this and just take a little win, or small little win. If they do turn this around now that this liquidity was swept, I still think overnight low is in fire here, or very possible. We just don't want to take a winning trade and give back too many profits. Into the 80s still. Buyers are seeming to be pushed down. Sellers are trying. Where'd that wick end up going to? The 367s. 375s. Want to see this continue. If this keeps wicking like this, I might just close this position. If we can't get below this candle here. If we can't get below this wick. But they're trying. There's the 470s, 469s. If they can keep holding this pressure, we're looking pretty solid. 468s now. We're about 15 points from our profit. Little wicky wick. NASDAQ does this thing where it loves to test you. Just loves it. Wicking back into that range. We want to see this really continue. I want to see that candle close heavy. At the 69s, 68s. Again, about 15 points from our profit. That's a decent close if that closes like that. Nine points from our profit. Come on. These are the moments where it's just hard, you know, hard to hold, but 9 points. Can we get the last 9 points from the NASDAQ right now? Oh, NASDAQ. Can we get these last 9 points from the NASDAQ? Overnight low. Feels like it should trade. 13 points. Bummer. Back to the 80s now. Next time we get a push back into this price, we're just going to take it. Hopefully this can give us another entry or opportunity. We're just going to take our trade here. Getting a decent reaction now. 9 points. Or what was that? Not even. 5 points now. Fucking brutal. Absolutely brutal. This is what I mean by the NASDAQ just loves to test you, you know? Loves to take you and let you try it. Can we get this trade now? NASDAQ's at the 70s. Matter of fact, I'm just going to take it. Just going to take it there. Decent trade, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. Make sure everybody followed. They did. Decent trade. We didn't even get our 200, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. Mentally, what a day. I need another 40. I need another 20 points, or not even. Just 2 points on the NASDAQ. Try to get this winning day. Lock one in. It's 10:30 now. What do you think? Was that an early exit, or should I have held that to this low? It's looking like it's going to go for us now. Our entry was a 52, right? Yeah. Brutal. I did what we could. There's the 63s, 9 points. The last 9 points it wouldn't give us. Will it finally trade? 61. Oh, yeah. 50s. And still teasing us. Wouldn't have fired yet. NASDAQ, you dirty little girl. It's going to, though, because low overnight is 47. So we were 5 points above that. There's no reason we weren't going to get our 52 to fire. We just got shook out. And there it is. Still didn't. Still didn't. There it goes. That would have been the exit. That would have been the last couple hundred there that we would have been able to secure. Definitely sucks, but really can't complain. We were down 1,400. Really nice trade there to make it all back after taking a little break even. So really happy with that. Might actually be considering longs now that this lower date, now that we did get that fill. Now that the overnight traded. To a T, was it? I don't know. Overnight hasn't traded, actually. 47. Yeah, just about. I mean, it's so close. That's what I mean. It's so close at this point. You gotta just be... You gotta be willing. Oi. Oi, oi, oi. Excuse me. Well, now that this low day broke, which is what that final trade was for. You know, let me actually figure out what the actual low was, because I can't tell. 46.25. Okay, so technically NASDAQ has not done that yet. This feels like a really decent spot to grab along, though. There's the overnight low finally trading. So we did get stopped out of a couple points there when we tried to sell early, but overall took back the 1400s, so really can't be too upset about it. Would have loved a and there it goes. There's the 330s now. Nasdaq just reaching to lower prices. Manipulation possibly for the distribution. Potentially looking for a long now. And how much lower can this thing go, you know? I might just try one here just to see if we can get some reaction. Problem with taking an entry right here is there's nowhere to put our obvious stop. So I have to wait for this to start showing a bottom before I can put a trade on and then use that bottom as our, potential low a day. 10:28 now. 30 minutes till Europe close. We're at the 330s. Overnight low is traded. See if we can find a bottom. See if we can find some support. I don't mind this. Into the 320s. You have a really cheap long here. It's really unsafe since you don't know your bottom. You don't know where your stop loss would be. If you're willing to just risk like 10 points, you could go for it. Maybe risk the 300. See if the 300s can be bought. Miss risk 20 points, but a little unsafe. Decent cheap price for a long though. Now that we're so distended, overnight low is traded. 320s. See what Nasdaq sets a bottom here. Look at the hourly candle. The hourly candle doesn't really indicate that we're gonna go anywhere but continue down. Really strong at the moment. This will wick at some point, right? No candle really just closes like that. I mean, this one did, so it's not true, but they usually wick. And if this is the bottom, these 320s, which is price has been struggling to get really a lot lower than, this would be a decent price to take a stop or a long. I might just poke at it because I only need a couple points to try to see what happens here. Price is at the 330s. $335s, 340s. And a really strong reaction from the sellers. They're still aggressively selling this thing. So do that with that information. Be careful. They're still aggressively selling this thing. This hourly candle looks pretty thick. They might be looking towards this 18,000 flat area. I mean, yesterday we bounced off the 125s. Bounced and found some continuation, but now we're trying back. So, be careful. $290s now, so a reaction off the 300s. Volatility is picked up here. Into the 270s now. Volatility has picked up. So this morning, we opened up, sold straight down, tried the EMA, reclaimed to the VWAP, right back to that opening print price, sold again, and then kind of chopped a little bit until we've retried this 50%, this EMA once more, and from there we ended up actually going to take overnight low. And right now, Nasdaq's around these 300s again. Looks like buyers are trying somewhat to support the 300s. Yesterday, it wasn't supported till the 115s. Yesterday, the 300s was sold directly through. So if you look at yesterday's price action, this was the 300s. And it was a little bit of a flag. But once it gave up, it continued all the way down. So you might get a little bit of a flag. You might get a little reaction to this EMA. Try to catch a couple more people long. Try to trap some more liquidity before continuing. This hourly candle is pretty strong at this point, though. So this isn't usually this wick. How we had like just a V bottom here and a big wick. It usually doesn't indicate a clear bottom. Like this will be retested. That wick will be tested. Maybe that low will be tested. So this might be offering another opportunity to get short. Maybe if we get a strong reaction to the EMA, you could take a stab at it, depending on where that lies. We're at the 315s now. We just need 2 more points for a winning day. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. 2 points. He says that and then blows the account. Dun dun dun. A little bit of resistance still at the 300s. Buyers are deciding if they like it or not. Sellers just previously ripped through it to the 270s, so there's not clear strength here. And again, this bottom is it's a weak bottom. It doesn't really show me a clean bottom. So definitely an opportunity to get short again with them. Just got to decide where and when. Potentially EMA break at the 350s where we got shook out, where that overnight low was. It's an opportunity. It's a possibility. All right, our only job is to look for reasonable places. And the sellers are taking it back from the 320s, back to the 300s at the moment. I really wouldn't mind the 350s for a short, especially because I only need a couple points. If we can get a clean price delivery up to the 350s, I'll be taking a short there. Obviously, shorting deeper into the hole, your probability lessens slightly, but we're still following trends, so it's always going to be on our side. And obviously, the market conditions aren't very bullish in general right now, so trying back to the 300s. Are the sellers going to push us lower to this wick bottom? Or are buyers going to defend and bring it back to the EMA or the 350s? Volatility has increased right now. Yes, sir, Timothy. And there's the bottom breaking. Into the 290s still. Like I said, this bottom wasn't a very strong bottom. It was a very targetable, imbalanced price. So now that this is slightly filling, this would be a more clear bottom if we do turn from here. Even more clear if we take out this low and then continue to find some support. So right now, just going to let the market decide. We've sold off quite a bit here. We're below overnight low. There's no really clear targets. I guess the only thing really to be considering now at this point would be to just wait for some better structure, since we can't, there's nothing really else to read right now. Again, this is a cheap long. So remember how earlier I mentioned I wouldn't want to take a long down at these. I think it was like the like the 300 maybe. I don't remember. Anyways, I said I wouldn't like it though because the structure wasn't clean. But you see how this is kind of building out a little bit better of a structure. So if this ends up going now, it would be a completely different story. Still though, the hourly candle is looking very strong, one-sided. So you can't short this deep in the hole, and we can't buy without some better structure. So currently just sitting and letting the NASDAQ do what it wants. If you're here hanging out, I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. Really helps the stream out a lot. Just shows me that you're enjoying it. Hit subscribe. Here every day, 9 to 11, doing the same thing. And yeah, NASDAQ, see how this bottom has now been taken out? And now we're trying to find some support. This would change. I would take a long now, and then my stop would be below this. So now you have a clear stop. You have a clear place you could take the trade, and the structure is built for a better long. I'm not going to do it just because I need a couple points, and I don't want to risk this bottom falling out, which it absolutely could. But you're just looking for a high probability cheap trades, right? And this is offering an opportunity here. You could put your stops somewhere like, I don't know, 250, give it like 20 points, let this bottom hold, assuming that this would be the low of day, and then continue either towards EMA, VWAP. It's an opportunity. It's an option. We're going to be patient, though. We got 22 minutes till Europe close. Sellers are very much doing their thing today. Really selling every little pop-up. I mean, we've just been going one direction since, 9:50, about an hour now, just selling off. So eventually buyers are going to be attracted, right? That's what this market is. Sell until the last seller sells, and then the buyers will start buying. Let me quickly peek. Decent little reaction there. Quickly little peek, see 150, 61, 51. So I need 2.5 points to get all my accounts for a winning day. 2.5 points. Where are they going to be? Buyers are finding a little reaction off the 260s now. Next obvious obstacle will be the 300s. Next obvious reaction will be the 300s. They're at the 285s at the moment. If this continues up, 300s will probably test this EMA out. And then from the EMA, we'll be seeing if sellers are still going to be strong there, or if they're going to be exhausted enough to let it push back to the 350s. And that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. There's a push into the 300s, into the 310s. Buyers are claiming to enjoy it. And this is kind of what I was saying by once this structure was built out, right? You could have put like I said, the 350s. And they would have been safe, and you could have been in this trade. I didn't love it, but we did see that kind of setting up there. Into the EMA now, the 320s. See if the sellers are going to react here, if the buyers are going to be strong. That feels like a pretty decent move. Again, we've been selling off for an hour, so eventually the buyers will be attracted to this, right? Now the question is are they going to be attracted into a shorts trap and let this momentum carry in some unexpected people, or is this going to continue up, like I said, to these 350s, overnight lows, that 350 area, right? The 330s here. I wouldn't necessarily take a short at this EMA, right? Because the structure has been built, so, which is kind of what I did earlier, actually. This structure was built. I took a short hoping to get filled here. It barely missed me. Instead of taking my order, it went all the way through. And you can see it's the same type of structure that was designed. So this could go up to the 350 before offering a pullback. Finding some support at the EMA. 19 minutes now till the Europe closes at 11. There's the 350s. NASDAQ is pushing up now. Sellers might have been finally exhausted after pressing it down all morning. I might take a long off this EMA. Like I said, I only need a couple points, so I don't need much here. EMA's curling. You see it's starting to try to go find higher prices. NASDAQ's back to these 345s. Overnight low 350 area is going to be the spot to see if sellers are still going to be actively participating or not. There's the 350s. See the reaction here. Hourly candle starting to wick a little bit more now. Wicking the 350s. Again, that's overnight low, so that could be... Sellers could absolutely still be interested in this, and this could just be a little pullback for the bigger move down. Hey, hi, that's him. That's Timothy. Hello, sir. How art thou? How art thou in this trading day? What have you taken? What have you seen today? NASDAQ's trying these 350s again. Overnight low. No, I don't like that. We don't want horrible. We don't want horrible. Yeah, did you see my my first trade? Lost 1,000 pretty quickly, and then my second one, yeah, I also was a loser. Bought the daily low for you just so it would break. Oh, you're the man, bro. So you were trying to buy these 350s? Yeah, and then she ended up dying. Or no, the 270s, I mean. Is that where it was? Yeah, the 70s. That were just holding. That's a generous friend right there. Buying the low so it will break. Because that's how, I mean, everyone knows. Your friend's in a trade, or anyone's in a trade, and you get in, it's going to go the other way. So, NASDAQ's still trying these 50s. We've kind of stalled out a little bit here. Buyers are trying to push higher. Sellers are clearly still engaging. Let's see which one gets exhausted first. We got about 15 minutes till the Europe close. This hourly candle's wicking a little bit now. Just need 2.5 points or so to get our winning day. Just because I actually want it, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna put $60 because that will pass my accounts. Save that. So now once we get in, it should just close relatively quickly. I really hate doing this, like trying to go for the last couple points, but we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. We got shook out from our original hold for overnight low, and now we have to gamble to make it worth. Price is at the 360s, slightly breaking into the overnight low. We'll see if buyers continue. They're setting little lower highs, slightly squeezing this thing up a little bit. Back to the 350s. Slightly finding some support here, so maybe they can find some continuation. Down into the EMA would be interesting here. Again, we only need a couple points, so we just want to find a spot that has a high probability to like flick a little bit and bounce. I don't love trying to take a long in this condition where we've just sold off all day, but this structure here isn't too bad. Again, I think if we can just get a bounce off this EMA, I'm probably going to take a little poke at it. We only need $60, which is amazing because we were down 1,400 something off of the same type of structure break. We were looking for the short here and didn't get it till later. Nasdaq still at these overnight lows, kind of stalled out. You can see the volatility that increased has kind of slowed up a little bit. Buyers were interested in pushing it back up, but now we just kind of stalled. EMA's at the 320s. Nasdaq's at the 340s, 350s. Excuse me. About 11 minutes till Europe closes here. 11 minutes till Europe close. Nasdaq's at the 340s. EMA is about 20 points below. I feel like if we do get a tap into it, we might have a chance to just get a little, you know, again, I only need 3 points at this point, so we're not asking for a lot, Nasdaq. But 3 points is, if you've been in this game before where you're looking for, you know, $20, $30, $40, you get still kind of a dangerous spot. Nasdaq's basing above these 350s now, though. Overnight low is right around this area, so this is where, you know, as you can see, price is kind of battling. Buyers and sellers agree on it. Buyers look like they might get the push. 360s. Hourly candle to the left is wicking pretty good. This was a lot more scary looking when this was full. But now we're back up about 100 points from the bottom here. The 260s to 360s. Decent reaction there from the sellers, though. They definitely show themselves. Very sideways price action all of a sudden. 10 minutes till Europe closes. $10 till the Europe closes. Look how stalled this is. We've gone completely sideways. We're dojiing. Very agreed upon price. Buyers are trying again, though. Will they actually get the move? 362 worth a bullet. To short? It does. It is safe too, huh? I only need 3 points. 362 worth the bullet, he says. Nasdaq's pushing back to the EMA now. Well, now I can't do 362 now that they left. If I didn't have a delay on my stream, yeah, I would have came in perfectly and I would have been able to actually execute on that. Trying a stab at the EMA doesn't feel very high probability just because of the fact that this did stall out at overnight high and we could definitely just get some continuation in through here. But we only need 3 points, so. And if we would have just poked it, we would have got it. Price is curling now. You saw we kind of stalled out at overnight high area. Trying EMA to see if we can get any higher, but right now it's very much going nowhere quickly. Other people in here. We got any Topstep people? Any Topstep homies in here? Gotta be. Topstep's the best. #1 prop firm. Highly reliable. Been in the game. 316s now. Is it going to break through the CMA? If it does, we could probably take it with him. Yeah, we only need just 3 measly little points. Seems like a fortune in this situation. At 362s would have held very well. NASDAQ, seeing if it wants to hold this 300 level. I think below 300s could be interesting. Y'all gonna, any other Topstep people in here? Leave Timmy Netto in the chat. Just, you know, talking to himself. And if you aren't trading Topstep, what are you doing? If you're not trading Topstep, what are you doing? Why? Do you like the rules of a trailing drawdown? Or, I mean, there are other prop firms that have some decent rules. So, but for reliability, Topstep for sure. 320s. NASDAQ still kind of stuck. Hasn't really gone anywhere since this break of the 270s. Back to the 360s. Kind of hanging out at the moment. Buyers and sellers unsure. Above the EMA. It's 5 minutes till Europe closes. We need 3 points. Feels horrible, actually. Feels pretty bad. Put my EMA on. Yeah, I have the moving average, not the exponential moving average. I'll add it for you. Market average, moving average, exponential. Is this what you're about? EMA? Yeah, it is. All right, that's better. I gotta make it prettier now, though. Search moving. Oh, it's moving? It's the top one. Isn't it the... Yeah, I had that one, buddy. Unless you're talking about the exponential, actually EMA one. But if it's the top moving average, I have that one. That's been this one. They are different, though. Check that out. Actually, wait. What is this EMA settings? 9. I would like to 21 anyways. So they're a little bit more similar now. Huh. That's the one you use? Because this is the top one when I type in moving. Oh, and you trade the 9. See, they're both the SMA. Wait, these are the same thing, bro. And it says SMA 9. I think this is the right one, right? They both say SMA 9, even though I haven't one set on the 21 input. All right, 5 minutes now. We need just 3 points. What are we looking at, NASDAQ? Shorting in the hole here feels dangerous, but I just need 3 points. I think if we take a short off the EMA, it's really not the worst. I'll change your length to 9. All right, I'll give her a try. See what she looks like. I've been trading the 21. I like it. It's quite a bit. That's interesting how that curves like that. It's quite a bit different. Look at that. Yeah, I guess that is not as strong, huh? All right, we'll give her a whirl. EMA's curling now. We just need 3 points. I really want to just stab at it, but then I'll just get my face ripped off and lose this winning day. So if we get back below these 300s, I might stab it. You can see buyers are battling though. Is smoothing lengthening 9 too? Is smoothing length 9 too? Oop. Yeah, it is. Yep, 9-9. Oh look, is your smoothing line? Is your smoothing line EMA or SMA, Tim? Getting some reaction into here now. Just need 3 points. If you're here hanging out, hit the like button. It means a lot, helps the stream. Subscribe. We're here doing this thing every day, 9 to 11. ANA. SMA, cool. Okay, then we have the same. We officially have the same EMA now. Need 3 points. Where's our high probability? Feels like it's going to be a long. This is a little box. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. This little range here. And we've already wicked out of it. So if this continues to support, it's definitely worth a stab for a couple points. If we break into this, well, then that's your answer as well, right? So if this box can hold, we're just going to take a quick stab at it, grab a couple points. If it doesn't hold, well, then that's our answer, and we're going to play the other side. Europe closes here now in 1 minute. See if this box can wick out of here. If it does, we're going to be holding along. Europe closes around these 300s. Nasdaq's at the 300s almost exactly. And Europe closes here in the next couple seconds. Gonna be ending stream very soon. I just gotta get these last couple points. I wanna see this. If this can wick out of here, that'll be interesting. With some support. Get out of that box. If it gets above this box and that EMA, then we're looking pretty solid. If we can get above this box and the EMA, we're looking solid for 3 points. If not, I'm just gonna hit short here. Oh, it's tough though. This is a really interesting place that buyers, I think, could rip it. The 9 is just tighter, so it gives you more info quicker. Yeah, it does feel a little tighter, a little smoother. And actually now I'm interested. Yeah, I might not have, who knows, I might not have lost on that earlier trade. All right, they're trying now. Back out of the 320s now. If they can hold here, I'm just going to join one. If they can hold here, I'm just going to join one. Joining one. Just need 3 points. Come on, NASDAQ. Don't do me so wrong like that. Holy shit. This is what I mean when you need 3 points. This is how it always treats you. This is how it always treats you when you just need 3 points. Can we get it? Holy fuck, we're being teased. Holy cow, we're being teased, NASDAQ. 3 points, NASDAQ. Unreal. Unnecessary behavior out of you. You just wicked us. See this box hold, otherwise we're actually cooked here. Oh my word. Did you guys just see that? We just got wicked out of that. Need 3 points, NASDAQ. Come on, girl. What a tease. What a tease of a trade. Stop's going to be below this. Not going to let this go too crazy on us, but my word. By fucking 1 point. Unreal. Want to see this box still hold here. Not giving up on it yet. Not giving up on it yet. Can the buyers come and save me? I just needed 3 points. Now we're at under 300 bucks. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. If this closes wiki, this isn't strong for us at all here. A little preemptive breakout clearly just costed us some money. Yeah, I gotta close this. Fuck. What a sad trade. Want to see this? This below this low is where we're gonna be really calling this trade here. So, gonna move our stop loss. There it is. Ugly. Yeah, I know you're gonna tease us too. This structure is decent. That's why I'm not closing this yet. I don't mind this structure. We were really looking for the breakout there. We got held in. Now we're actually on the other side of this. How's this market gonna close? How's this candle gonna close? We can't get above the EMA here. We're in pretty much trouble. I want to see this wick. Back to the 300s. Want to see this 300s hold. It's a decent little wick. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked. We're going to let that top stop loss fill below that box. If it closes, we're out of this. Absolutely brutal how quickly the NASDAQ just didn't give a shit about us. 1 point into a pretty big loss now. So, can you just behave, honestly? She's wicking everybody, actually. I don't mind these wicks. This wick's supporting us. Got to see this candle close, though. You can't close red. Decent little close there. Above the box would be great for us. Can we get out of the box? Out of the box would be great for us at this point. We literally just needed 3 points. Get out of this box, NASDAQ. I like these wicks. These wicks are our friend. We're not going to take a little bit less of a loss. We just needed 3 points for our winning day. Can she fill us now? Are we going to be teased again? Come on, NASDAQ. Move quickly, please. Can't fuck around. This was such an unexpected trade. And now it makes me think, like, if it does move, we can actually be looking for, like, you know, more. Like, dead ass. We're gonna at least put this on passing the day. And hopefully we get an extension. Come on, NASDAQ. Treat your boy good. No. Alright, we'll take it. We'll take it. I gotta go, though. I'm past the time. It's 11 o'clock. I really appreciate you guys being here, hanging out. Hit the like button if you haven't. It helps me, helps the stream. Hit subscribe. Come back every day, 9 to 11. We're doing the thing. Timothy told me VWAP. I know. I had to go, though. She finally gave me a move, too. It's so painful. Anyways, it's been fun, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow's market close, so enjoy the weekend off. And then we'll get some continuation. I really shouldn't have let Nat fill there, but it's okay. It really is. Make sure everybody followed. 670, 680, 680, 600, leader. All right, we're in there. VWAP is the next play, too, at 427s. Would have been a safe fire, but I appreciate you guys. I got to go. and peace.